This is the swarm trap that I used last year, and I did not catch anything with it. So I've got a few ideas now on why I didn't, and I'm going to go through the mistakes that I made, how I'm going to change it this year, so that hopefully other people can avoid making the same mistakes that I did. The first mistake I made was falling in love with this type of entrance. This disc entrance is really meant to be used on a nuke. It's really easy to go from completely open, bees can go in and out, to the bees are closed inside. And I liked the idea that I could close up the bees easily and get them out of a tree. The problem with this plan is that the entrance is too small to attract any scout bees. Tom Seeley has done work that shows bees really prefer 2 square inches. Well, there are bigger nuke openings, but this one is 1 inch in diameter. So that's about 0.8 square inches across. It's too small. And on top of that, if you look, there are frames on the other side blocking. So I've got the hardware cloth there that's meant to keep birds out, but also that frame is right in the way. One of the things that I should have done is actually move it to the long side. And if you have these open frames, your scout bees can go directly in as long as you have it here in the side. Another mistake is that it wasn't watertight. I used a single sheet of plywood across the top, which I then screwed in, similar to what I had in the bottom. It's just a sheet of plywood on the bottom to close it up. So I had one of those on top, and water got through it too easily. So whenever I opened it up at the end of the season, you could tell there was dampness inside. You can kind of see some of the water right there. That isn't going to be attractive to bees. They want it to be warm, dry, and snug. So especially at the top, it needs to be tight fitting. So I really should have had a telescoping lid on this. If you're going to use an old deep, you should do something closer to this. So you'll notice I've got a larger entrance. This is 2 square inches. It's also, the entrance is on the side so that bees can more easily fly in through those open frames that I have. I'm gonna put an old frame of comb in, but I'm gonna put it at the very back. And then I've got a telescoping lid that goes completely over. Now, this is still a really awkward thing to get in and out of a tree. So I have a tree on the back of my property with pretty much a flat branch that comes out about 10 feet up. So I'm gonna try this one there, but I'm working on a different swarm trap that's gonna go out, which gets me to my last point, is that I put out a grand total of 1 trap. Instead of only putting out 1, I mean, it's like fishing. You need as many chances as possible because it's a numbers game. You can hope for a 30 to 50% success rate on your swarm traps, and some people get better than that, but that's what maybe a beginner should expect. I put out 1, so even if it was perfect, that's still a coin flip on whether or not I'm actually going to catch anything. So this year, I've got 6 traps that I've put together. I'm going to put out 6. I'm hoping to get 3 or 4 swarms. We'll see. I hope this helps you avoid the same mistakes that I did. Needs to be dry. You need to have 2 square inch entrance, and you need to put out more than 1. Those, I did some things right with this, but the things that I did wrong probably kept me from catching anything.